Hello and welcome back, people. Well, it's another episode of Scare Factory 2.5 and here we are with another bit from continuing from last episode. We're going to finish off one of the tiers that we had in our achievement book, and that was, I believe it was to do draconic evolution this time. What we're going to do is go straight into it. We're going to have the book open to show you which it is, and then we're going to carry on from there. So see you all in a second. Okay, people, here we go. Well, what we did last time was we get up to this part here, the draconic evolution energy storage. What we're going to do is fully upgrade it to a tier 6 if I can. I'm going to go towards the tier 7, which is far more power storage and things like that. And obviously if we get to the tier 7, I'm going to take it off because clearly we would have had to hit the tier 6 to get that. And it does take a lot of draconium blocks and a lot of redstone blocks, so gonna get all this out. See, do we have a pattern for this? Because I'm not sure if we actually do yet, because if we're upgrading and upgrading it, clearly having a pattern for it would make it easier, so we know exact numbers and things like that. Because I think there's I'm not sure if there's another tier above this or not, but if there is, then oh Jesus, I think I've filled up my actual auto crafting thing. That's gonna have a look at. Yeah, we just needed to go back a second. There we go. Let's see what happens when we build that. We don't have enough draconium. Probably should make a quarry for that somewhere, like create my own world with draconium, but it should be fine as long as we just don't overuse it and things like that. Now, coming up to the next bit, what we're going to do is use the redstone first. If you want to see what actually happens perfectly, because we're going to do it the first tiny bit on screen, but to build the full thing it's going to be a cut. Now if you want to see it, I really don't mind putting a book up and things like that, because it's all in the draconium books. All I'm doing now is making sure I've got a pickaxe somewhere. Yeah, the book itself shows you each tier and what you need for each one. As I said, what I'm aiming to get to is the tier 7, because that holds something like, I think, 2 trillion RF, and that'll be enough to power more than what we've got. So to deactivate it again, you just need to break this. So we're going to activate magnet mode so we don't lose anything, and then we're going to break it, and then we're going to strip the entire layer of draconium off it, and that way we can build up the redstone again, because it like has a redstone block core, and then you build the draconium on top of that. So here we go. Probably gonna have to go back and get some more draconium, but for the moment we just need to worry about the redstone part, because it's literally you layer it out like that and then you bring in the piece that was brought forward again. So the 3 in the middle get brought out, and then to do the 7th tier we do that over again. So it's like, you'll see it in a minute, because the draconium block will show how much bigger it entirely looks. And this is so we have no issues for power, storage whatsoever, and because we're wirelessly transferring it all through tesseracts and things like that, we don't even have to worry about how we're getting it. Okay, here we go. Like I said, you can see it's tiered out and things like that. So what we're going to do is activate it and show you how much this does. There we go. Bigger structure, it's all the particle effects as usual, and then we can see, yeah, there we go, holds 2 point something trillion. I think that's the full tier. I'll have a look at that in a bit, and if that's not the full tier, we'll make sure we get to it before the end of the season. And just make sure it's all set up properly so the energy is going in and out. Let's see, energy storage in, receive energy only. Oh, did not mean to do that. And energy storage, this should be out, so it should be drawing it in. So yeah, it should be working. That way we can test down here, because I know we haven't really upgraded these too much, but they seem to be working more than enough for us. Here we go. Yeah, perfect. And we're not using nearly as much power as we're generating, so might as well have a storage cell that'll hold it all. Okay, now we can tick that off. Here we go. Where are we? Yeah, there we go. Now the next bit that's a little bit further down is draconic battery, and I'm not sure about that bit because there's nothing that's actually like said to be a draconic battery, so I don't know. So yeah, as I said, I'm not entirely sure, but all I can do is search for what would be draconic, and the only thing I can think of what would be a draconic battery is those flux capacitors. And I hope that makes sense personally, because it says stored energy and you can carry it around and things like that. So that's what I'm going to try and do for it. We're going to fill a draconic flux capacitor, which takes, actually does take a bit of things, to be honest. Here we go. Yeah, there. So we have got almost all of it. We need the waving capacitor, and for that one I think we need the waving core, yeah, which takes never stars. Great thing we've killed that, made that wither automation. Need to go back and sort that out because it's not working anymore, but we're not exactly running out of never stars. There we go. Draconic flux capacitor. It's what I would call the battery, to be honest, because it holds it, and we're going to charge it with this because it's directly linked to the tesseract, so it'll instantly charge. I personally think that's full, and that's completed that little achievement as well. I don't know what everyone else thinks, but yeah, sorry, hay fever, absolutely hate it at the moment. And there we go. Next, we've got deep storage units, which we're going to get into. And to be honest, yeah, a deep storage unit is just to hold absolutely loads of things. And I think what we're going to do to start with is try and store cobblestone into it, to be honest, because off screen I'm going to redo the cobblestone generation system and have it working as optimal as possible, and then have it directly linked into that, because that way it can transfer items at full speed and things like that without any form of an issue. I think there's a way to perfectly do it as well, so here we go. Oh yeah, the ingots and things like that. It's just the recipe for this has gone up a bit, that's all. Because what did we need? That yeah, that'll do for them. Yeah, here we go. You need the cash. And it actually does take a lot of tin, I think it does, and tin and invar. And we do have quite a bit of invar, that's fine though. Hello, welcome back. Here we go. This is the recipe that we just did. And we just made the materials off screen and things like that. I showed you how to make it all. So, here we go. What we're going to do is link it up somewhere. I think, yeah, in the ME control system area, because it'd make more sense to be in here, because that way it's going to have power and it's going to be directly linked to things. I'm glad we've got this all out of the way, but if only we could make it smaller, because it's so bulky. Now, where do we want to put it? Personally, I think here I'll do, because I don't know if it needs to be powered or not. Let's have a look. Yeah, around here. Yeah, there we go. Now, all we need to do is get the import or export bus, whichever one it is. I can never remember. There we go. Well, we've got the import bus. and then we need to link it up to here. Hopefully that will connect without cutting anything off. And then get the acceleration cards, and then we just need cobblestone, because obviously that's the only thing we're going to be putting into it. So yeah, and the acceleration cards are for pure speed, just absolute speed for it. So let's have a look. There we go. We got plenty of cobblestone in here. So, and then later we're gonna have to like hype it up so we can get that achievement out of the way and finally start clicking the last few bits off, because we are coming towards the end of this series, but it's not been too bad, I think. And there's been a few parts where I'm just like, yeah, I really should learn a bit more. Let's have a look. Well, you're in. Oh, that's not good. Have I used the right one? No, I haven't. I need the export bus. Right. Here we go. Right, what I've done now is it's just behind here. We've hooked it up to the export bus, put the same things in and things like that. And now the cobblestone is linked up, and if we have a look into it, it's all going inside it. So that works. And that way we can leave it to run, come back to it in a bit, and that'll be done. Now the things like these is what we're going to get into, because it's a lot of the high-end stuff now, because with killing things that we have done and getting the achievements that we have done, it's pushing us to what we should and can do. So I suppose soon we're going to go against the Chaos Dragon, and I know that thing will be able to absolutely hammer us down. So we're going to prep for that with the magical side of things, and on the other side of it we're going to try and tick off the achievements and try and make sure we've got everything sorted. Because what we've got here next for another one of the achievements is yeah, here we go, the auto compressed cobblestone machine that we've got. One of the achievements is making triple compressed cobblestone. So what we're going to do is make our way with that one, and because it's going up we can reverse it down and make plenty of it. So we're going to find a chunk at some point, make it up, and fill it with a triple compressed cobblestone for it. So thanks for watching, people. I hope you've all enjoyed. This is Summer01. If you've liked what I'm doing, please like, and if you enjoy my material, please subscribe, come back, it really does help. Leave comments about anything you've seen, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.